Hey, good evening, everybody. It's James from Central Intelligence Bros. I'm going to be diving into one of the most chilling and mysterious legends in American folklore. It's known as the Jersey Devil, so buckle up. And it's because this is one of the most wild rides through an area known as Pine Barrens, New Jersey. As I told you guys earlier in my short, I was going to give you this episode. So I do apologize. I would have had this posted earlier. Uh, um, but I keep having issues with recording on my equipment. So um, I had to figure a few things out to get this going. Again, make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, Central Intelligence Bros, or CIB. And then, we're supposed to have all these cool sound effects. I invite anybody who is an actual editor to help us out or hit us up on social media. You guys know what that is if you've been following us. So before we jump into the story of the Jersey Devil, let's set the stage. We're in Pine Barrens. It's sprawling, forested area covering over like a million acres in southern New Jersey. It's remote, quiet, and full of eerie vibes. For centuries, this wilderness has been the stomping ground for a creature that literally defies any explanation. This is one of my favorite topics because it takes place in a very important colonial time, important colonial turning point. Involves historical figures like Napoleon Bonaparte, his brother Joseph, in their hunting estate. We'll get into that information here shortly. The legend begins in around the area of 1735 with a woman, or rather a mother named Mother Leach. She lived in Pine Barrens and was, by most accounts, a struggling and exhausted mother. So why? Why is she so struggling? Why is she so exhausted? At this point, she had 12 kids, according to the story. When she found out she was pregnant with her 13th child, um, again, struggling, exhausted, already had 12 kids, she cursed it in frustration, saying, quote, "Let this one be the devil," end quote. So it so therein lies like the beginning on the timeline. 1735, we have this mom, 12 kids, found out she had a 13th kid on the way, and then cursed it. Okay, let's see where this goes. uh on the night that the on the night that the child was born, the curse seemed sort of to like take hold, or take like actually stuck with the kid. The baby started out looking normal, okay, but almost immediately it transformed. Witnesses describe it sprouting wings, a goat-like head, claws, and a forked tail. Um, it let out this unearthly screech. It attacked the midwife and then flew up the chimney, disappearing into the night. So, not to insult anybody's intelligence, okay, you have the doctor, you have the midwife, or like a nurse or something that helps you birth these children. It attacked the midwife, let out this screech. This screech is important because this is the same screech that kind of like goes down in history. And then, therefore, the Jersey Devil was born, or so the legend goes. Um, so what's fascinating, it just wasn't like a one-time tale. Over centuries, reports of a strange creature lurking in Pine Barrens have popped up again and again, and now we're moving on into the early 1800s after 1735. This is where I said it kind of goes down into history. Napoleon Bonaparte's brother, Joseph, spotted or claimed to have seen the Jersey Devil while hunting near his estate in Bordentown, New Jersey. 1800s after 1735. So now we're kind of developing a timeline. We're going to fast forward to 1909, another timestamp. And this is where things really start to kick off, everybody, uh, or kicked into like a high gear. Over the course of 1 week in January, there were over 100 reported sightings of the Jersey Devil across New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and even Delaware. Newspapers like they went wild, publishing stories of these mysterious footprints in the snow, livestock being slaughtered. You're talking like terrified people, terrified witnesses describing the same creature, flying beast with leathery wings, hooves, and that same piercing scream or screech. Again, that's why I find this stuff interesting. Literally takes place in history, and then it has more sightings or like events happening along the timeline. So the panic led after all these things happening, after the like you have like people who are really scared describing the same creature. The panic led to schools being and even factories being shut down. Some towns even organized like a literal hunting party or hunting parties in some situations to track the creature. But of course, they never was caught. They never caught it. That's why like it's kind of interesting. Also, why it makes it a legend. So what could the Jersey Devil be? Is it just a myth or a misidentification of an animal or something else entirely? That's where like these questions start to come to the surface. You'll hear that word misidentification again, um, because there were a lot of skeptics during this time as well. Again, not to be redundant, here we go. Skeptics point out that the Pine Barrens, it's so remote, it's shadowy. Nature makes it easy to or its shadowy nature makes it easy to let imaginations run wild. Some historians suggest the story of Mother Leeds was a way to discredit the Leeds family, who were tied up in political and religious conflicts in colonial New Jersey. There's that word again, colonial New Jersey, colonial time, and then it sort of just ties back into Napoleon and his brother Joseph. Which were a very turning point in colonial history. So now we're trying to discredit this Leeds family because they were very political and very tied up in other sorts of religious events. Others think the creature could be an exaggerated misidentification. Again, misidentification. You hear that word again, like I just said, of animals like the sandhill cranes or large owls, both of which have the same strange calls and even seem otherworldly in the dark. So the sandhill crane is still around. It's just kind of getting close to extinct. There's a lot of protection over them, I believe. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. You have large owls. Don't quote me on this one, but there's something called like the witch owl in like Mexico and further south. Lets out the same noise, but it's very large, the same as the sandhill crane. So, like, don't quote me. I've seen it before or read up on it before, but these animals make the same sound, and people are trying to just like discredit the family because of these other issues. So, however, there is a twist. The Jersey Devil has persisted in pulp culture and local lore for over 300 years. You have, it's become a symbol of New Jersey itself. You have the sports team, so you have a mascot, the Jersey Devils. Merchandise and even some theme parks have literally like started embracing the legend. So, is the Jersey Devil a campfire tale? We don't know. We challenge you to know. We challenge you to investigate. We challenge you guys to ask questions. That's what me and Wes do. And we also want you guys to just stay curious. Is it a campfire tale, or could there be something lurking, like literally lurking in Pine Barrens, that's actually defying any explanation? So that's again setting that challenge for you guys to figure out. Hit us up also if you want to tweak any information. So whether you guys are believers, whether you're skeptics, somewhere in between, something like that, maybe you are, maybe you're not, you kind of believe, you kind of don't. The Jersey Devil reminds all of us of the power of storytelling, and then it goes into this deep dive of the allure of the unknown. So the allure of the unknown, that's sort of what we like to go and do and kind of figure out is also that same thing, like the unknown. Go there, ask those questions, go where people don't want to go, investigate, and just keep trying to learn this stuff. If you ever find yourself lurking in Pine Barrens, New Jersey, hear that infamous screech, maybe stick around or maybe don't. Again, I challenge you to investigate. So does Wes. And before I wrap this all up, folks, thank you for joining me. I told you, I apologize. It's been literally like 48 hours since I've been trying to get this episode posted. Be sure, to follow us, Central Intelligence Bros, CIB, for more mysteries, myths, unsolved wonders. I'll catch you next time. But as the saying goes with us, me and Wes, stay curious and keep questioning. literally everything. See y'all later.